Welcome to the ABQ show. I'm Wally Drangmeister, and today in the studio we have very special guests, the ladies from Duke City Roller Derby. All right. All right, ladies, very happy to have you all here. We have Betty Oop, Kells Inferno, Meep Meep, Author of Pain, Pelvis Chesley, and Pissy Longstalker, a nice and yet a little bit tough and scary group of women, I don't know. And then in the second half of the show, we'll talk about roller derby and the Duke City and what you ladies are doing, and then we'll do some demos in the second half of the show, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So Betty, tell us about Duke City Roller Derby. How long have you been around, and what do you do here in the great city of Albuquerque?
Well, we have been around for over 10 years. We are one of the founding members of the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. We play on a flat track. I think a lot of people remember watching television years ago, and it was a slanted track.
Right.
Those are a little bit expensive. You have to have a permanent venue for that. Right. And we actually practice outdoors on a flat track. So we play on a flat track.
Yeah, so it makes it readily available both for practice and certainly for matches. So,
right.
All right, give me the basics of roller derby. You have women on skates. How many on a team?
Well, we have one jammer on each team.
Yes.
And that's the person that scores the points. And
Okay.
then we have 4 blockers on each team. And the idea of the game is for the blockers to help your jammer get through the pack, but prevent the opposite jammer from getting through the pack. So the 4 blockers are called the pack, the 2 teams.
Right.
So the jammer must lap, and every blocker from the opposing team that they pass, they get a point for, that
Okay.
they have to lap them on the track.
All right. Now I know we were talking a little bit before the show. I watched roller derby way back when there weren't even remotes on the TV, as I recall. That was bank track, obviously made for TV. They had a little theatrics. What's the difference between the roller derby of the black and white TV era that's come forward to now?
Well, today it is actually a full contact sport. Okay. Back in the day, it used to be a little bit more like wrestling, where most of it was real, but there was a lot of embellishment.
Right. They would let sometimes the jammers come through if it met the storyline. Right?
Yes, and
now let me ask, ladies, do we do that today? No. Okay, I didn't think so. You're not getting a free pass.
Correct.
Okay.
So we do have legal hitting zones. We get penalties if we throw elbows, which used to be pretty popular back in the day. So it's a serious sport, and we put a lot of time into it and effort, and I think it shows if you watch one of our games.
All right, very good. Well, we have a clip we'll show, and then, like I say, some demos. Now, obviously, it's hard enough to roller skate if somebody is not trying to run into you and pass you, and you're trying to keep them from passing. You know, what is the way that did you roller skate growing up? How do you fine tune your skills so that when you're put out there in this piece of concrete with 9 other women, you don't die?
Well, I think the fear the first time you go out is that you're going to die, but you learn how to fall. I've never known anyone to die from playing roller derby.
Yes.
So we learn how to fall safely, and that's the most important thing. I think there's just a variety of skill levels in the league. Some people grew up skating. Some people like to go to the skate park on their free time. I skated when I was a kid, but I thought it was like riding a bicycle. I went into roller derby when I was 40 years old and landed flat on my face the first time I stood up. So you just got to want to play and enjoy roller skating and practice.
Now I see you have your protective gear on, the wrist guards, and to keep that from happening, knee guards, elbows. There's still probably a few. It's a little bit like any full contact sport, football, hockey, basketball. There's probably a bruise or 2 at the end of a match, isn't there?
Yes, I'm sure that there are about 50 bruises in this crowd. We had a really good scrimmage this weekend with we call her Derby famous skater. Her name is Freight Train, and it was pretty high level, and it was really fun. So. All
right, awesome. Well, why don't we just go through the group and give everyone a chance to talk, and we'll go over there. I don't know, what do we call, do they have a penalty box in modern roller derby? Okay, so we'll call that the penalty box because they're a bunch close together and they're not allowed to skate just to talk. Just tell us your name for the people watching the show, and what got you into roller derby, and what your favorite part of the sport is.
I'm Kelson Furno. I've been playing for 12 years now. I always liked roller skating as a kid. When I grew up and saw roller derby, I saw it as an opportunity to play a sport, and I never really had played sports before. My favorite part of the game is probably the offensive and defensive plays, kind of having to do that at the same time.
Hi, Meep Meep. I have been skating since 2008, 11 years, and I think I'm a jammer, so I like to skate through the pack, generally trying not to get hit by anybody, but I definitely take out some people on my way through sometimes, and that's fun too. So.
My name is Pissy Longstalker, and I've been skating with Duke City since 2015. And I came to the sport loving roller skating as a kid too, also being an athlete coming in and wanting to have a group of empowered women. That was really what inspired me. My favorite part is that this is the only sport that I know of that's either derby or men's derby, that we are female-centric, and I really like that about it, and playing with women that love each other and support each other.
Hi, I'm Pelvis Chesley. I've been skating since 2015. I did not know how to skate when I first started. I fell a lot. I still do. And my favorite part of the sport is getting to hit people with love.
With love.
Awesome. All right, so I'll scoot over here real quick. So I am author of Pain, and I started roller derby. Let's see, I was at a Comic-Con here in Albuquerque when someone from Duke handed me a flyer for roller derby, and I kind of laughed, and my friend next to me said, "Why not?" And I was 46 at the time, so I actually learned how to skate starting at Duke City Roller Derby, and so just went from there.
All right, I heard a theme. Was that everyone? I think it was. Yes, I heard a theme. It's love that you can hit people. So it sounds like boys growing up with my brothers. Now, so no, that's fantastic. Now I have a question. Now, I know you. Are you the only jammer who's here? Or there? How many? Who's jammers?
I dabble.
You jam. Okay. So you know, in sports like football, the quarterback gets all the attention, and the linemen don't get as much attention. I would think in roller derby, you know. So let me ask you that play blocker. You know, are a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of hatred for those jammers that get all the attention, or there's still love?
There's still love, and it's a very difficult position to play, and not everybody wants to be a jammer.
Right.
Yeah.
The bloggers are grateful for the jammers doing that job.
Okay, very cool. All right, very cool. So tell us about the season coming up, who you play, how many matches at a high level with Duke City?
Okay, we have 4 matches coming up. They're all double headers at home.
Yes.
We are still searching for a venue, so keep an eye on our social media. We have a Facebook page
Yes.
and DukeCityRollerDerby.com, and we'll update you on the location of those
Right.
matches. We call them bouts.
Okay, good.
Let's see, our first one is April 13th. It's the Muñecas, or Muñecas Muertas, which is our travel team. They travel all over the country and play roller derby. And they're going to be playing a team from Tucson. And we also have our junior team, the Marionettes, playing their junior team from Tucson on April 13th.
All right, now what are the ages for junior roller derby?
We have 8 to 17, and we actually have people from in those age groups right now that are playing. So.
Okay. And so you have a traveling team that goes around the Southwest, is that right?
Yes.
About how many teams play roller derby that are in the league you're in, round number?
Oh gosh, there's over 300 women's flat track derby team members.
Yeah.
So we're playing in Las Cruces, Tucson, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Salt Lake City, and El Paso this year for our travel games.
Okay, very good. And then how many teams are there within your club that play, intra-club, between club? How many teams are there?
Well, we have the Muñecas,
Yeah.
and that's our travel team, and then we also have home teams. We have 2 home teams, which is the Hobots and the Doomsdames.
Yes.
And then we also have the Marionettes, which is our junior team.
All right, very good. All right, tell us the website again where people can learn more about roller derby if they are inspired.
That is DukeCityRollerDerby.com.
All right, very good. Okay, so the season's coming up. What does a practice look like for roller derby?
It depends on the type of practice. We have what we call fresh meat practice, and those are skaters that are new to the sport that haven't quite passed their skills yet.
Right.
So really, those are learning skills and learning how to take a hit and give a hit. And then we have the travel team practices, which are a much higher level, where we hit our friends as hard as we can. And,
All right, good.
in anticipation of playing other teams that are going to do the same.
All right, very good. All right, what is something that would surprise me that people don't know about roller derby, but once you're in it, you're like, oh, this isn't what I thought. Anything come to mind? Anyone?
We smell really bad. Oh, we smell bad.
Yeah. Well,
I think that it's a sport, that a lot of people think of the fanfare and things like that, but that we are true athletes and that it's really hard and that it takes a lot of mental fortitude as well, not just ability with your body.
yeah, it's not just a performance, it's a sport. You're not happy when you lose. Let's put it that way. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, we are visiting with the ladies of Duke City Roller Derby. When we come back on the ABQ show, we are going to do some demonstrations. You're watching the ABQ show here on ProView Networks.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Locally loved restaurants like Farina Pizzeria, Farina Alto, and the Artichoke Cafe are the perfect venue for your next event. Farina Alto has traditional Italian food, plus handcrafted cocktails in a beautiful Northeast Heights location. Farina Pizzeria with a downtown vibe, amazing affordable wines, and local beer. And the Artichoke Cafe has set the standard for casual fine dining since 1989. Visit our family of restaurants and see what fine dining is all about.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Motto Mortgage Brokers works hard to give you more options. Hear why Emilio Vallejo's local brokerage is the perfect fit for this growing family. Call Emilio Vallejo's 505-506-9820.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters! It's like it never happened!
We love bringing renters together with the perfect rental home, apartment, condo, or office space. We also take great pride in helping property owners build equity in their investment. Maddox Management, 505-242-0989.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
It's that time of the year, sports fans. It's the 10th annual Garden Swartz Great Southwest Track and Field Indoor Classic. It's February 9th in 2019. The best athletes from across the nation come together for one event. Check out more information at GreatSouthwestTrackandFieldClassic.com. High school sports are back. The 2018-19 season kicks off, and you could watch every ProView Network broadcast live on the NFHS network. Every moment, from every game, from every sport, including all NMAA state championships. Get your highly discounted monthly pass now. Go to ProViewNetworks.com and sign up. Watch New Mexico's best.
The service department at Gala Chevrolet is clean, modern, and ready for you. Our master technicians service every make and model, including certified service on any GM vehicle. Service done right the first time, every time, right here at the all-new Gala Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the ABQ show. I'm Wally Drangmeister, coming to you from the ProView Studios and now Roller Derby Demonstration Center. Okay, we're here with the Duke City Roller Derbies. Ladies, let's hear it. All right. In addition to being a fast-paced, interesting game, there's a lot of skill involved, and so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the techniques and do some demonstrations. Betty, let us hear what we're going to let us know what we're going to see.
All right. Well, first of all, we will show you the legal hitting zones for so we don't injure each other. We will use pelvis Chesley as our example. So you can hit on the back, you can hit between the bra straps, you do not hit along the spine, that is a penalty. You can hit above the knees and below the shoulder. On the front, everything is fair game, side, everything is fair game.
All right, so demonstrate a hit, let's see it.
Well, and the one thing I want to explain real quick is that she's wearing a white jersey just to show you we would not be blocking our own jammer.
Right.
We would be letting her through. So she is actually, we're pretending as if she's playing on a different game or different team.
Right.
And she's trying to break through our line to get points.
All right, very good.
And this is Meep Meep is our jammer today.
All right. Hit him. Oh! All right, good job. Let's give her a hand. All right. So talk to me, how much time are you skating fast versus do you get basically the traffic jam where you're going in here and trying to keep it? How does the sport work? Does it always flow pretty good or is it kind of like stop and go traffic?
The first whistle you have to get through to make an initial pass.
Right.
And typically a pass takes about 9 seconds or 8 seconds,
right,
depending. And so I guess you have about that much time to slow down before you re-enter the pack. And then, I mean, it can take up to a minute to get through a pack. If they hit you outside the boundaries, you have to re-enter behind the person that hit you out and anybody else that was ahead of them. We measure a lot of our points and penalties by hips, like where you've passed somebody with their hips.
Okay. So. And then So because there's two teams, you're simultaneously blocking the other team and trying to make it easy for your team to get through. So you have to have a lot of strategy and sense of where it is. So talk a little bit about that. Tell us what's the strategy about that.
I mean, the most basic thing is you want to help your jammer and block the other team's jammer. So helping your jammer would involve knocking into blockers that are in your jammer's way. Preventing the other team's jammer getting in their way or assisting your teammates at getting in their way. We do a lot of pair blocking, a lot of tripod blocking, which is 3 people kind of in a tripod sort of formation, which we could.
And you cannot lock arms or shoulders?
Correct. You can't lock arms. We call it closing at the seams. You can't grab on. You can't hold on.
Now, talk a little bit about the officials. And let me go to this one. Talk to us about the officials. I see that there are quite a few officials out there. How many are there, and what's their job?
Well, we have skating officials and non-skating officials. So the skating officials, ideally, we have 6. We have 4 on the inside and 3 on the inside, 4 on the inside, 7. 7, sorry. 3 on the outside and 4 on the inside. So the skating official's job is to make sure that there are no unsafe plays. So no one's using their elbows or hitting people with their head or hitting people in their face, hitting in the non-target zones, etc. They also count the points when the jammers lap the opposing blockers. And keeping the pack together. You have to skate within a certain vicinity of the pack to be illegal in play. Our non-skating officials keep track of our points and keep track of penalties. They are essential to our play, and we are always recruiting on skates and off skates officials.
All right. Now, are there penalties that remove you from the game and those that are just tallied, and how does that work?
There are penalties that will remove you from the game, anything that's considered egregious. So if you hit someone in the back, just not paying attention or being careless, something that can hurt them greatly is considered egregious. Fighting is absolutely an expulsion. Yeah, hitting someone in the face, anything that can cause injury to another skater or themselves.
All right. Now, do you have another demonstration of something you want to show us? All right, sounds fun to me.
Well, how about we just have maybe Meep and Kells and demonstrate maybe some hits along the way, and that way we don't have a bunch of people get caught up.
So, like, if there's an outside boundary,
all right,
get around Kells. There's an outside boundary right here, and I'm trying to get around Kells. I'm not much of a line dancer as a jammer, but I'll try it just to show what it looks like.
Yeah.
You get out. So.
All right. Oh. All right. All right. Fantastic. All right. Very good. So if I come out to if I were a woman, which that would be sad, so thank goodness I'm not. But if I'm a woman that's considering being out there, and what would I do before I come to first practice? Should I get some skates? Should I come talk to you? How would I get started in the sport?
Yeah, ideally, it's great if people have their own gear. We do have some loaner gear available, but that's first come, first serve, and it is limited. So ideally, purchase your gear, purchase your mouth guard, especially because nobody wants to borrow someone else's mouth guard. That's gross. And then you could contact us at training@dukecityrollerderby.com about coming to practice.
Yeah. All right, one. Okay. You know, bringing your own gear is important, and I'd like to thank my friend Russ who put this together. I realize I am not eligible to play, but I figured, am I wrong that I would not be a jammer? I would be a blocker. Is that correct? Okay, and so here we go. Here is my blocker name, the Brick Wally. So, and you know, notice the Y's down because that's the other team. They're afraid to come through me. So.
If you wanted to come and do a demo, you could come to a practice with us if you wanted to. We'd make an exception.
All right, well that's good. So we're talking, and we hopefully can put it together to put some put some bouts on the air, and to do a little promo for that, maybe Big Wally or Brick Wally could make his debut with that. That could be interesting. So, all right. So Duke City Roller Derby. Tell us again the website for more information.
Website is dukecityrollerderby.com. We are also currently recruiting on the first Monday of every month from now until August, with the exception of July, because that is our mid-season break. So Monday night, if you're interested in playing, show up about 6 o'clock and come give it a try. We love to have you. You don't have to be great.
All right, that's Betty Oop. And for the rest of you, as I come by, I want you to give me a legal hit. Oh, oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, all right. That's it for this episode of the ABQ show. Thank you all for listening. And thank you very much to the ladies of Duke City Roller Derby. Give yourselves a great big hand and cheer. Thank you very much. All right, that's it for the ABQ show. You're watching the ABQ show on ProView Networks. Until next week, have a great week.